Things they happen. Things they happen, my people. A lot of things are happening. So Festus Keyamo says that on this issue of certificate forgery, that Tinubu is as white as snow. Oh shit! Oh shit! Snow White. Oh shit! Tinubu is Snow White. Snow White Tinubu. It's so funny. Anyway, so Festus Keyamo has finally done a response. Remember there's this tweet that he did in 2019, 15th of April 2019. So this tweet says forgery occurs when the supposed author of a document denies ever making it or denies its authenticity. WAEC has confirmed the authenticity of PMB certificate by issuing an attestation of it. Case closed. In Oshunke scenario, WAEC has denied the authenticity. See the difference? That's what he was saying. So he took him some days. People had been saying. So today he finally came out. He wrote a long episode. When you're trying to talk anyhow, especially with lawyers, they will bring all sorts of words. They'll be putting them there. Let me just read them out. He says, when some comments or perception of otherwise plain and simple issues are so moronic, mischievous, and or downright odious, they really do not deserve a response because you had been dignifying idiocy. But let me drop this here for posterity. Oh, shit. He said, I've been a defense and prosecution lawyer at the highest level in criminal trials for more than 30 years. You cannot allege or prove forgery except the purported maker of the document denies its authenticity or there is uncontradicted evidence of a forensic report that categorically says the document was deliberately altered or concocted by the person who altered. Is it altered in, okay, it said altered as in Uttered. I don't know whether I wanted to say altered or whether that's the word in a legal sense in bracket or issued it. He also went on to say, applying this principle to the case of Atiku Abubakar versus Chicago State University, so long as the university openly say they do not issue replacement certificates, but that vendors do so on their behalf, all this noise about so-called forgery are useless until the particular vendor that issued the replacement certificate to official ABAT, they need to add another A inside because they articulate, they need to add that, denies its authenticity. And it is the duty of the accuser to fish out the said vendor and get that evidence. It is not the other way around. He who alleges must prove. This is the simple principle I laid down in 2019 during our defense of President Buhari that has been so mischievously celebrated as if they have hit the bull's eye. Unfortunately for them, official that's the Tinubu's X handle, is as clean and white as snow on this issue. Snow White. Snow White Tinubu. And we're again waiting for them at the Supreme Court. As for Atiku Abubakar, the famed SPV king and the one who disgraced Nigeria internationally with the money laundering case involving Congressman William Jefferson. As I grow older, my Edo accent is always coming out. Anyway, we acknowledge the valedictory speech he delivered a few days ago, signifying his retirement from politics, and we wish him Godspeed in that retirement. Trying to just be, is it clever by half or just being foolish? The way this thing is all about. Anyway, there has been a lot of roasting going on. Whether Festus Keyamo thinks this is like in the 80s or early 90s where people just, there was no social media, people only depended on news that they brought out. I don't know, Sha. But there has been a lot of roasting. Let me bring out some of them. A lot of lawyers have been coming to reply here. This one is from I am Ilemona. That's the Twitter handle. And he says, it's embarrassing that a senior member of the bar will tell such open and dishonest lies. Before I even go on, has even forgotten the fact that the Chicago State University are saying that the original certificate was never collected in the first place. So what are you replacing? All you need to go is to go and collect the original certificate. Anyway, he says one. Chicago State, that's I am a lemon, says one. Chicago State, that's the street ex-handle of Chicago State University, stated on the record that it doesn't process third-party applications for the issuance of reordered certificates. And then he put pages 30/31 and pages 34/35 clearly show this. How are you pushing such an obvious and easily disputed lies? Anyway, these are lawyers. They know what to look for and what not to look for. And so they put out the deposition where they were asking all of so they put all of that out. And then he went on to he said two on page 30, on pages 37, 38, 39, and 40 of the deposition of the Chicago State clearly state that there are material differences in the logo, signatories, and font between its certificate for the years in question and the certificate Tinubu submitted. Again, this establishes the fact of forgery. So lawyers are talking to lawyers. I've told you people, we need to go and do this law. There's someone who has said, we really need to go and do it. To this law, we need to go to law school. 3. On pages 40 and 69, as Chicago State clearly states that it didn't issue the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC. It in fact says that Tinubu did not pick up the reissued certificate, thereby reinforcing the fact of forgery. Then, the foregoing meet criteria you stipulated, because this is him replying to Festus Keyamo. The purported maker of the document denies its authenticity. As Chicago State, that's the university, has denied the authenticity of the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC. And for me, that's the issue. It is not about whether Tinubu attended, he did. All those ones are long history. The certificate Tinubu under oath submitted to INEC. This school is saying they don't know anything about it. It's not their own. That's the forgery. End of discussion. There is uncontradicted evidence of a forensic report that categorically says the document was deliberately altered or concocted by a person who altered. Okay, in legal sense. Okay, he's using the same word also, UTTERD. Maybe that's how they do it as lawyers, in legal sense, or issued it. At Chicago State, that's the Twitter handle of Chicago State University, has denied issuing it and pointed out the material alterations in the font, signatures, and logo on the certificate. Then, and then one of the things also that this Tinubu himself, when he was at that Chatham House, did come out to say he has collected his certificate from Chicago State University. And this Chicago State University is coming out to say this certificate is not from us. What else do you need to establish forgery? That's one. I mean, there were a lot of roasting. Let me look for another one again. There was one. That's Ilemona that had done this one. Then this person at that Ninja guy. So at that Ninja guy 001 says, Keyamo must be deliriously high on some potent concussion to think he can spew lies online in this digital age. Everyone has their hands on the certified copy of Chicago State University registrar's deposition. Does he really believe he can pull the wool over our eyes? Anyway, they think they can do it. Let me see if there's, in short, there are lots and lots of roasting all over the place. It's really so funny. It's really so funny, the things that are going on. But then, remember they say Tinubu is Snow White. We have Snow White Tinubu.